This feature is called flowing text. It allows you to create two or more text boxes and have the text flow between the text boxes. To begin with, we've got our text box here, and I'm going to activate it by clicking somewhere on the text box. This makes the handles in the corners and along the edges black. Now I'm going to change the font to 100% dots, or a solid font, so you can see the text. And then I'm going to type, "This is a test of the..." I'm going to type flowing text, but I want that to flow into another text box rather than just enlarge this text box. So I'm going to create a second text box. You'll notice that when we create a second text box, it puts it over the top of the first text box. So move your cursor, your pointer, to the edge of the text box, and your pointer will change into a four-way pointer, and then you can grab it by pushing down the left mouse button and drag it to the place where you want to set it, and then let go and it moves. And I'm going to change this box into a flowing text box, and I do that by making sure it's active, and then I point to the button that says include in flowing text. It has the ABC and a green arrow flowing to the second text box, DEF. You'll notice when I click on that button, it turns the handles in the corners and along the edges yellow. This means it is a flowing text box. Okay, I'm going to do that with the second box. Activate it by clicking on it, and then I'm going to click on the include in flowing text box button. The text will flow in order and sequence of the way the text boxes are arranged. So it'll take the first one, the second one. If you've got one below, it'll then go to the third one, following to another page. So it's always in the sequence of where the text boxes are situated on the page. So now let's continue typing. This is a test of the flowing feature of Startwrite. Now you'll notice that the text in the second text box is different. The attribute is different because I didn't change this one to be a solid font. Let's change that. Okay, now the text flows from text box 1 into the second text box. And let me show that by adding, this is a new test of the flowing feature of Startwrite. Okay, now let's show you what happens when I delete the second text box. I'm going to do a Control X, and you'll notice that now the text all will rearrange back into the first text box. I'm going now to delete the text box completely and start over again. Let's do a text box. I'm going to change the font to solid. Let's also add the starting dot and the arrows. So now I've got the text box with the features that I want. Rather than creating multiple text boxes and then having to change each feature, let's copy this text box to become our second and third text box. So now I've got it active. I'll press the right mouse button, the window pops up, and I'm going to do copy and click on copy. And then I'm going to click on paste. Again, it puts it over the top of this first text box. I'll drag it down here. I'll do that again, paste, drag it down here. So now I have three text boxes. They're all independent text boxes, but I'm going to now make them part of the flowing text. So I'll activate that text box, click on the include in flowing text, click on the second box and click on include in flowing text, click on the third text box, also click on the include in flowing text button. Okay, now let's see what happens. This is a test of the flowing features of Startwrite version 6. So now you see that we can create multiple text boxes and have the text flow in between the two text boxes. One feature also is that if I'm in this text box, I can use my arrows to move forward to the next text box. But because of the nature of the text and there's so much going on, I can't go backwards. So if I want to move up here, I do need to click my mouse up into the other text box. Okay, now let's delete the middle text box, Control X, and you'll notice that it now flows into the last text box. And the last text box, you'll see, enlarges to accommodate any additional text. The first text box does not enlarge, but the last text box will. So I'm going to say this is a new test of the flowing features of the new Startwrite version 6.